settings right for you. Make sure you can hear everything, get you all the way together. Yeah. 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 What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Dope. Shoot, let me skip this ad. Come on in, the water's fine. I'm gonna say it again. Come on in, the water's fine. Hold on, man. Let me make sure I got everything together. All of my stuff. Toxic J, what's going on with you? You first? I'm glad you first, man. Come on in, man. We're gonna do a keys to victory for Manny Pacquiao. I put the poll up because I was about to head out, but I wanted to make sure that everybody was cool and everybody was fine. Chase Money, what's going on with you? Benny Hall, what's up with you? Logan, what's going on with you? Will Sanchez, what's going on with you? Everybody salute. I'm going to wait for a few more people to come on in. JB, what's up with you, man? The water's fine. Wait. The water's fine. Give me some water. Before I get the cotton mouth, start to get the cotton mouth, dog. This is not going to be, or it's not destined to be, a long live. But this time I wanted to do the keys to victory for Manny Pacquiao against Keith Thurman for a few reasons, man. And I definitely, Steve Rogers, what's going on with you? Terrence Bell, what's up with you? Dingo Wolf, what's going on, man? Usain, Frank, 50-50. Okay, so here's the thing. All my shout outs, all my show business partners, what's up with you? So I wanted to do it live, okay, because I want you guys to ask me questions real time if you have any, and let me know what you think, okay, so we can be live with it. Maybe you can change my mind on a few things on how Manny Pacquiao should approach this. Like I said, this is our channel, it's not just my channel, so it's all inclusive. I did get a question, okay? I got a question, and it's what really jarred this live, okay? And I hope you guys like the platform. The question was, do I see Manny Pacquiao, do I think Manny Pacquiao has a chance? You guys know that I've been calling the fight for Keith Thurman, thinking that Keith Thurman would more than likely get the nod in this fight. That doesn't mean that I don't think Manny Pacquiao has a chance. Okay, Manny Pacquiao is one of the greatest fighters of all time. There is no, when you are a GOAT, one of the GOATs, there's no you don't have a chance. Okay, he definitely has a chance, especially with everything that he brings and how little he actually lost. Manny Pacquiao lost some, okay? He lost a half a step, maybe a full step, okay? But he didn't lose enough to where he's a mediocre fighter. He's still a great fighter, okay? So definitely Manny Pacquiao has a chance. So I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to come in before I say the keys to victory. Carlos, thanks, man. George Foreman, one of my favorite fighters. Manny has to stick with the jab early, hit Thurman with something where he will respect his power. Definitely, Steve. I get that. Definitely. Matthew Morrison. I'm going to remember that, Steve. Pacquiao is going to rip tail. Ponytail, that is. Keith one-time Thurman. All day long. Best in the division. I think it's Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford, but Keith Thurman, he's right there. I mean, I'm not going to argue. Let's say, what else we got? Who do you think would be affected by the power more? It all depends on timing, okay? As far as with me calling the fight for Keith Thurman, I think Manny Pacquiao is going to be a little bit shocked by Keith Thurman's power more, but we'll get to that. Jack Dempsey is my favorite. What about you, Jack Dempsey? My favorite, heavyweight or favorite fighter? My favorite fighter is Roy Jones. My favorite heavyweight is Evander Holyfield. Let's see. All time, Holyfield's my favorite that I lived through. All time is Muhammad Ali. Let's see. The Zone partnering with Will. What else we got? Andrew, just my opinion. Hey, look, hold on. Your opinion has value, okay? I definitely accept your opinion, please. Marvin Hagler versus Carlos Monzon. Okay, so let's talk about the keys to victory for Manny Pacquiao, and this is how I see it. How many people do I have right now? I got 50 people. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that. Coffee. Gotta get my coffee. All right. So this is how I feel. These are my keys to victory for the fight. First thing I want to say that Manny Pacquiao has to do in order to win this fight, and I'm going to break this down as much as I possibly can, read a few of you guys' comments on the first point. My first point is Manny Pacquiao has to apply pressure, be patient, and counter. PPC. Pressure, patience, counter. Pressure, patience, counter. Pressure, patience, counter. That is my one, because it's all one motion. Okay, and this is what I mean by that. Manny Pacquiao southpaw, almost turned wrong. Okay, so Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, understand Keith Thurman's mindset. Keith Thurman, he has great legs, okay? He runs, okay? Quote unquote run. I like to call it boxing, okay? But a lot of people call it running. He has great, excellent legs. When Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd Mayweather, the biggest complaint he had after the fight was, it's hard for me to fight a guy who's running. Keith Thurman, how much he's a student of the game. Now, Keith Thurman is definitely a student. He's a student so much that he knows that it's going to be very difficult for him to beat Errol Spence. So he's pushing that. That's how much of a student he is. He knows what Manny Pacquiao said, because I know. I don't know more about the fight game than Keith Thurman. So Keith Thurman, he knows Manny Pacquiao said it's very hard to fight a guy who's running so much. Keith Thurman is not going to engage. What he's going to do is try to pull Manny Pacquiao to engaging. He's going to shoot that jab, right? He's going to shoot the jab, and he's going to shoot ready to counter. When he fought Lopez, he was doing this, right? Because he wanted to do that. Bam, right? Or he's going to hit him with what he knocked Lopez down with. Bam, that hook, right? Boom, boom, right? So with Manny Pacquiao, he's doing this. And he may jump around and dance around and run away from Manny Pacquiao. What he's trying to make Manny Pacquiao do is throw from a distance. He's trying to, because Manny Pacquiao loves to do that. He throws punches on his way in. That's how he got caught with Marquez, which Marquez, the only reason he got caught like that is because he dropped Marquez in the 5th round. He definitely hurt him bad in the 5th round. And then he was on his way to finishing him in the 6th round. He got a little overzealous, okay? So Manny Pacquiao, he punches on his way in with his feet. He does that hop, right? With that jab, boom. And he hops twice, boom, boom, right? Because he wants to do this, boom, boom, boom. What Keith Thurman is trying to do is, what he's going to be trying to do is he's going to be running back, and he's going to do this, and when Manny Pacquiao does this, before he throws the right, Keith Thurman's going to do this. Bam! Right when he throws that, boom! He's going to try to catch him. So what Manny Pacquiao has to do is pressure, patience, counter. When he comes in, he can't throw. He got to feint, right? When he hops in, he got to feint, because Keith is going to take a step back. As he's taking a step back, he moves. But here's the patience. He jumps back. Okay, that's the patience counter. Hop forward, make Keith Thurman take that step back. Keith Thurman's going to want to counter, and he hops back a little bit, because what he wants Keith Thurman to do is be reluctant to counter. If Keith Thurman see him hopping forward and then hopping back, right? Keith Thurman is going to he's going to be reluctant to throw his right hand. So with his reluctance and jabbing trying to counter, he's going to step all the way back into the ropes. That's where Pacquiao can start letting his hands go. Bam, bam, bam. You know, Pacquiao, he moves his head, kind of like Mike Tyson, right? Boom, boom, bam, boom, body, bam, 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 bam. That's when he gets busy. Because Manny Pacquiao, like I said, the first thing to go is your legs. Okay, so when Manny Pacquiao is feinting, he's pressuring with his feet. That's what I mean by pressure. Not with his hands. Hopping in. Boom. Moving his head to the side. And he's making Keith Thurman do this. Until he gets to the back on the ropes, then bam, 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 bam. Let him have it. All right. Let's see what you guys say about that first. You don't feel that he can be effective with the counterpunching due to the speed of Pac. Okay, use his height and reach, definitely. It's called the Dempsey roll. See, my thing is with his footwork, I don't think he can rely on his footwork while punching. Now, what he wants Keith Thurman to do is he wants Keith Thurman to be aggressive. That's why I said be patient, hop back, so Keith Thurman could be aggressive, and then he doesn't have to use his feet as much. He doesn't have to use his leg as much. He can use his fast hands now, because now Keith Thurman is in his wheelhouse. He can bait Keith Thurman in, and then Keith Thurman's in his wheelhouse, and then he can bust his ass. Okay, now, so regulator, what's going on with you? Here's my second key to victory. If you look at that fight with Manny Pacquiao against Adrian Broner, got me sweating now. When you look at that fight with Manny Pacquiao against Adrian Broner, he was doing something extremely effective. I'm not sure if everybody saw this. What Manny Pacquiao was doing, this is too high. What Manny Pacquiao was doing was he was shooting a jab to the head and he was finishing with a punch to the body. Bam! Right? So what your boy Broner was doing was he was rolling his shoulder with the jab and he was covering like this so that left punch don't hit him in the head, because everyone's afraid of Manny Pacquiao's power, right? So, bam! He has to do that against Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman is going to be worried about his head. All right? Hit that glass body. Bam! Jab, body shot. Boom, 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 boom. Now, what does that do? That sets up the headshot, because eventually Keith Thurman is going to pull one of these. Okay? Because his body ain't shit. Boom, boom. He's going to pull one of these. That's when you go, bam. That's when you hurt Keith Thurman. All right? That's another key to victory. Jab, body. Because that jab body is going to do two things. It's going to be taking away his legs, the life on his legs a little bit, and it's going to open up, boom, that left hook or overhand left or looping left, Keith Thurman's jaw. Exactly. Exactly. Only way to KO Manny is to juice up. That's funny. T-Money, what's going on with you? Matthew Morrison, I'll be talking about you one day. That's what Canelo did to Khan. Right, something like that. Okay, so here's my final key to victory for Manny Pacquiao to beat Keith Thurman, okay? What he has to do, now that he's doing this, like I said, it's not the only thing. Keys to victory means the highlights that he should do in order to be successful. He could do a bunch of things on top of it. But, like I said, just to recap, he has to be patient, he has to have pressure, patience, counter, right? Force Keith Thurman to keep stepping backwards so his back can be against the ropes. That's when you can let your combinations fly. Another thing, jab, body. Jab, body. Now, here's the last key to victory. When Pacquiao gets in close, or when Keith Thurman gets in close to Pacquiao, hold and punch. Keith Thurman does not clinch. He refused to clinch. That's why his body's always open. That's why Errol Spence would beat the hell out of him. That's why Porter was so successful when Keith Thurman back was against the ropes. Keith Thurman doesn't do something that's fundamental that can save a lot of his fights. Okay, save him from getting hurt. Keith Thurman never clinched. He never clinched. So what Manny Pacquiao got to do is when they get close, hold him. Manny Pacquiao is 40. He's not as lively as Keith Thurman. Use some of the old school tactics. Hold him and punch his hips. Hold and punch. Bam, bam, until the ref comes. When the ref comes, you spin behind the ref on the break. You spin behind the ref on the break. But make it a rough fight. When they hold, Keith Thurman ain't going to hold back. He's going to be like this. Hit his hips. You want to take Keith Thurman legs out. That's the whole point. Make Keith Thurman legs equal yours, Manny Pacquiao. Have that stuff, have your legs be the same. He's going to want to run around from you. The quicker you take his legs out, the higher the probability you have of destroying Keith Thurman. Hold, hit him right on the hips. If you do those three things, those are my three keys to victory. Pressure, patience, counter, not pressure punching, pressure with your feet, jab, body shot, which sets up the jab to the head. It also gasses Keith Thurman out. And hold and punch in the hips. If he does those three things, I think Manny Pacquiao could win. Here's the thing. Those three things I'm saying, Manny Pacquiao actually does those things. It's not outside the realm of what Manny Pacquiao do. They make that a part of the game plan. Manny Pacquiao could pull this thing out. I had quick aspirations of going pro. Very quick. But I decided to get my MBA. But I had very quick, because I do have boxing talent. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I would have been as committed as you. You got to put your whole life in there. All right? And I had other things that I wanted to do as far as business. So I chose my MBA. He got the leg muscles, right? But he cramps in his calves. He has calf issues. All right? So he always worries about his calves. His legs get tired. They do get tired, okay? So he has to, and your legs are the first to go. So he has to break Keith Thurman down, take Keith Thurman legs away, stop Keith Thurman from running. Yeah, you can hit me up on Insta if you want. You can hit me up on Facebook. Those links are in my About section. Let me see. Is that what yeah. Would you have, oh my God, hold on. Would you have been 168 or 160? The lighter, the better, right? Because you have more power, right? So if I could get to 160, I would. What is going on? What is going on, dog? I can't see. All right. So have you changed your mind on who you think win? That's great, bro. Much success. God bless you. And the fam. Thanks, Carlos. No, I haven't changed my mind on who I think will win. Okay? Because Keith Thurman, when he counters, he's going to counter seriously. When Keith Thurman let his hands go, especially that uppercut, the uppercut is going to be there. Because Pacquiao can't help but to throw from a distance. The uppercut is going to be there. Keith Thurman, he punched very hard. He punched very fast. And also, he punched during the exchange in combinations. He's not just a one-punch guy like Floyd Mayweather ended up being when he fought Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman is going to, that uppercut's going to be there, and expect a left hook afterwards. Keith Thurman's going to throw his punches and bunches. He's going to be extremely sharp because this fight is what his whole life has built up to be. Okay, this is everything that he's been trying to accomplish, and that's beat Manny Pacquiao. His whole career, in his mind, has resulted to Manny Pacquiao. So he's going to be extremely sharp. I got Keith Thurman still having a higher probability of winning, but like I said, if Manny Pacquiao does those things, I think those are his keys to victory. Yeah, Jermaine, absolutely. Absolutely. Keith Thurman is the real deal. Who has the best chin? Yeah, Keith Thurman punches hard going backwards too. Absolutely. But he loses power going backwards, right? He did hurt Shawn Porter going backwards, but he would have dropped Shawn Porter if he was on his front foot punching him. Now, who do I think has the best chin? Between Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao, I got it equal, okay? Of course, Manny Pacquiao's skull is bigger than Keith Thurman's. That dude got a big skull. Now, when you see him up against Adrian Broner, they don't even look like the same species, okay? Because his head, he's squatty, but he has a big skeleton, okay? But we know once you get dropped and hurt, like knocked out cold, the way he was knocked out against Marquez, once you get knocked out cold like that, it's easier to get knocked out again, okay? But Keith Thurman, he's been rocked a few times. But what makes Keith Thurman chin so good is that he recovers, Okay, so that's a good chin in my opinion. Like I always said, Floyd Mayweather had one of the better chins in the business, and it was I mean, you saw it with Maidana when he got hurt at the end of the fourth round, I think, or third or fourth round. At the end, right at the bell, bing, he was hurt. He came out of the corner fresh as a daisy. The 2 times he was rocked against Shane Mosley, he recovered fresh as a daisy. The time he was rocked against Chop Chop Corley, fresh as a daisy. So that's Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, he's able to recover well, so he has a great chin as well. So I think their chins are pretty equal. Manny soft to the body. Why would I bet my nod? I'm not going to bet anything on Keith Thurman. I'm not that sure that Keith Thurman's going to win. Okay, because I predict a Keith Thurman victory, it doesn't mean that I know it all, that I have a crystal ball or I know for sure. Bet your house on Keith Thurman. That's some ignorant stuff. Okay, look, Manny Pacquiao, he's one of the greatest of all time. He has 2 arms, 2 legs, just like everybody else. He doesn't have 0 chance of winning. Okay, that dude got a significant chance of winning. If you want me to call the fight and choose one, I got Keith Thurman for a few reasons. Thurman got that Clottey style. No, Clottey, he was very defensive, but he wasn't busy enough with his hands, okay? He stepped forward. Think about when Manny Pacquiao fought Clottey. He had Clottey in a shell. He actually hit Clottey with both hands on both sides of his ears because he tried to bring Clottey guard down and punch him. Clottey didn't open up at all. Keith Thurman, though, he let his hands ride. He let his hands ride when there's fire. When there's punches being thrown, that's when he thinks he should punch. That's why he always punched during the exchange. He's different. He's different. Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy. You got the bet, Ronnie? I feel you. Yo, show. Will it go 12? I got it going 12. I got it going 12 for a few reasons. Here's why. Keith Thurman hasn't knocked out anybody once the skill set of his opponents increased, his knockout ratio decreased. Okay, so Manny Pacquiao, probably being the best fighter he ever fought, I don't see him knocking out Manny Pacquiao unless Manny Pacquiao makes a huge mistake. As far as Manny Pacquiao, he was knocked out a long time ago, and he was knocked out against Marquez when he got overzealous. It's hard to knock out Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Now, Manny Pacquiao knocking out Keith Thurman. Manny Pacquiao couldn't knock out Jeff Horn, and he was hitting him with everything. Manny Pacquiao, he couldn't knock out Adrian Broner, right? But it's hard to knock out a guy who's not punching. My thing, with Manny Pacquiao's short arms and Keith Thurman, he's going to be constantly leaning backwards. It's hard to knock out a guy when he's taking so much off your punches. Keith Thurman ain't going to get knocked out. He can get hurt, especially with a body shot. But I haven't seen Manny Pacquiao hurt too many people. He knocked out Matisse, but that was, the one guy at 147 he did knock out. He didn't knock out anybody else at 147. So I don't see him knocking out Keith Thurman. I don't see Keith Thurman knocking him out. I see it going 12. T-Rex, I feel you. Do you think Keith would be affected by the big lights? Yes, I think he will be affected by the big lights. These young boys, okay, Keith Thurman, hold on, water. Like I said, this fight is his whole life to him. He's taking it extremely seriously. So he's going to have bubble guts like nobody's business. Manny Pacquiao, just another day in the office. Errol Spence is the same way. I've seen Errol Spence have mad jitters, okay? The first time that when he fought Ocampo at Dallas Stadium, he didn't look quite like Errol Spence at the beginning. He did knock him out in the first round or something like that. But fighting at home, you can tell that like he said, he had more pressure fighting at home than he did overseas fighting Kell Brook, which is another fight he looked nervous. He didn't settle in until later. So those young boys need some big fights under him. Look, I know he fought Danny Garcia. That was a big fight. He fought Sean Porter. That was a big fight. But Keith Thurman grew up with Sean Porter. Keith Thurman was very comfortable because he sparred with Sean Porter. He grew up with his father, everything else. He felt very comfortable fighting Sean Porter. He always will because he always have. Now, as far as him and Danny Garcia, he thought Danny Garcia was too small for him. He called Danny Garcia out in the middle of the ring, which goes to how I feel about Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman feels that he can beat you up, you don't question if Keith Thurman feels that he can beat you up. He stutters, though, when it comes to Errol Spence. That's why I think he's scared. Why don't you do a petition to get Fight Night Champion on PS4? Because I got Hard Knock Nights Live. Okay, so that's a new boxing game coming out for PS4 and Xbox that me, Canadap Studio, that we're all putting together right now. Here's the belt. So with me having my own game, that's where I put all my focus now, instead of, you know, promoting EA Sports and Fight Night. As far as me playing Fight Night here, my live stream, I'm doing that. Hold on. I'm doing that for the biggest reason I'm doing that. One, to have some fun. Two, I'm looking for testers for the game. Okay, so we already got Husky Boy that I think would be a good tester for the game when the game is in test mode, and LX Dark Sniper. So the guys like that, I'm just kind of like playing guys, seeing if anyone spams, somebody who's great at spamming. I want him as a tester too, to make sure that our game doesn't have the spamming. So Hard Knock Nights Live is why I'm not pushing Fight Night. Yeah, man, I have a game coming out, Hard Knock Nights Live. That's what this is. That's what this is on the cover. You see it around. You see it around, right here. You know, Hard Knock Nights Live, right? So, if you look on my channel, if you look up Hard Knock Nights Live, you will see that I have many videos. Actually, we were in Forbes magazine. Okay, if you look it up in Forbes, just Google it in Forbes, you'll see that our game was announced there too. So we have a game that's coming out in December. How the title shots are going to, oh, we're talking about the game. Hold up, I want to see some more. Love you're making the game, dude. I've been looking for a new boxing game development. Absolutely. You'll test it. Okay, Thurman better do what he do in the later rounds from the get-go run. All right, green light. So I want to talk about, you know, everybody kind of came here to talk about the keys of victory, Manny Pacquiao, so I want to get back to that. Keith Thurman needs to run. Absolutely. Okay, Keith Thurman, if Manny Pacquiao says he can't beat a guy who runs, when he was talking about Floyd Mayweather, then yeah, frustrate Manny Pacquiao, run around the ring, make Manny Pacquiao chase you and throw punches so you can counter him and hurt him. So yeah, I mean, there's some truth to what you're saying. If you don't want to have integrity and just use what you have, that why put yourself in a situation that make things tougher for you? If you know you can get away and jab and punch and move, then do so. I feel you. When will the beta come out? That's December. Runtime Thurman. Make mobile game, please. Oh, we don't. It's not mobile yet. We're doing the consoles really. We're doing PS4, Xbox. We're doing the PC as well. The Forbes boxing right here all over the net lately. Just when you thought Forbes was a financial mag, Manny Pacquiao isn't in his prime anymore. Absolutely, and that's why I'm saying Manny Pacquiao. He's going to be easier to time. He can't do what he was doing before for 12 rounds. Bouncing in and out, throwing punches against a guy like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman has great reflexes, good hand speed, great power. Okay? He's throwing his punches in bunches as well. All right? So what he has to do is make Keith Thurman corner him, put his back against the ropes, like I said, pressure with his legs. Be patient, though, because Keith Thurman is looking to counter you. So, but you can feint him and then look like you could counter him to make Keith Thurman reluctant, throw off his timing to counter you. So when you do throw the punch, he keeps his gloves in his pocket. Okay, so like I said, Manny Pacquiao, I think his legs are going. The first thing to go when you're a boxer, when you age, are your legs. So he has to corner Keith Thurman and then use his fast hands that we saw in his training. His very fast hands and his good variety of punches, which is makes Keith Thurman just cover up and he can win. He can steal rounds that way. Oh, I feel you, JB. My bad. Very testing. Does it count as a tester? Dog, BK, you know where you're at. Okay, you've been there day one. You actually help promote the game when we don't ask you to. Do testing that you have front row on that. You farming with the shotgun. You know where you guys, one of the 5,000 founders. You don't have to ask. So Keith hasn't fought an A fighter. Manny gonna give Thurman all he can handle. Danny Garcia, A-class fighter, one of the better welterweights there is. Sean Porter, also A-class fighter, one of the better welterweights there is, in my opinion. I think all those guys, that's why he has split decisions with those guys, right? All those guys are on the same level. Watch when Errol Spence fights Sean Porter. It ain't going to be a walk in the park, okay? All those guys are on the same level. They're all very high-class fighters, man. And Manny Pacquiao, he's right there. I don't know if Manny Pacquiao will beat Errol Spence. Okay, I don't know if Manny Pacquiao can beat Terrence Crawford. All those guys are really right there. And when you see how close that Keith Thurman-Manny Pacquiao fight will be come July 20th, then you're going to know that they're all kind of on the same level. The thing is, though, with Keith Thurman being younger and him having a more of a future ahead of him, don't be shocked if there's a controversial decision and Keith Thurman gets the nod. And that's what I'm kind of leaning towards. Thurman knows how to win while running. Absolutely. He also knows how to survive when he's hurt. So that's another big thing with Keith. I'm worried that Keith Thurman isn't the same fighter anymore. Well, Keith Thurman, see, that's the thing. He just had that one fight back against Lopez, okay? That was his first fight back. You know he was going to have some ring rust. On top of that, Lopez was a big kid, okay? Lopez had the reach advantage, the size advantage. So he was covering up more space in the ring than Keith Thurman's used to. When Keith Thurman was trying to run, your boy Lopez had that reach. Another thing, Lopez came down. Lopez fought Canelo Alvarez, didn't he? So Lopez, didn't he, what's my man name? Victor Ortiz. Didn't he break Victor Ortiz? Was that Lopez? I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is, Lopez was a big welterweight. He was better than people knew, okay? But that was Keith Thurman's first fight back. He's not used to fighting a guy who actually had the reach advantage and size advantage on him, so that threw him off. But Keith Thurman won most of the rounds. Don't forget, he did knock down Lopez, all right? It's just that he had a bad round or two where he was hurt and he was shaken up and he had to try to survive. That's all that happened. Yeah, he's a big welter. Absolutely. No one wants to get hurt by Manny. Are you going to do the live for the Anthony Ruiz fight? Absolutely. I'll be live for the Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua fight, for sure. That's right. He broke Ortiz's jaw. Right. It's okay. I feel you. So who said that? Reloaded. I feel you. When you said it's going to be a lot like the Sean Porter Keith Thurman fight, I feel you on that. I can see that. Okay, in that case, I can see that. I can see that. You know, and except for Manny Pacquiao is more skillful than Sean Porter. He's far more skillful than Sean Porter. But I can see what you mean. I'm gonna hit 20K soon, man. Regulator, thanks, man. I should put one of those things, tickers, like that's our goal to get to 20K, and maybe something can happen. I probably should do something like that. Did I used to box? Yeah, I did taekwondo, box, and I was doing jiu-jitsu before I tore my knee. I got 2 torn patellas. That's why, you know, I need to get my legs back. Manny is more accurate puncher than Porter. Right. Lopez is done. Absolutely. I don't know if beating or whipping Victor Ortiz means anything these days, though. They have vids calling him Victoria Ortiz out there. Dude quits when the rain drops on his head. Okay, well, what I'm saying is he broke his jaw. All right, so I'm just saying the punching power that he has. Okay, that's all I was saying. We haven't seen Pac-Man fight real after Bradley. That's what Keith Thurman was saying. So Keith Thurman said that he's going to find what Manny Pacquiao actually has left, right? Adrian Broner didn't do it. You couldn't see what Manny Pacquiao actually had. Adrian Broner didn't push Manny Pacquiao. He didn't even throw a punch. He barely threw any punches. Manny Pacquiao against Matisse. Matisse didn't come to fight. He didn't come to fight. That was horrible. That's why Matisse is out of boxing. He didn't come to fight. Jeff Horn, he came to fight, okay? And that fight, I couldn't believe how close it actually was. I think Manny Pacquiao deserved the nod, but I'm just saying Manny Pacquiao didn't. That wasn't easy. It was rough. So Keith Thurman said that he's going to see how much Manny Pacquiao really has left. This is going to be the first time, okay, since Timothy Bradley, and that was a good point. Will Keith... Hold on. Don't thug me, son. Don't thug me, son. you know, I am the #1 welterweight champion in the world. Errol Spence, he is #2 champion in the world. No one has ever defeated me. I am Keith one-time Thurman. I think that Manny Pacquiao has T-Rex arms. I think I think that Errol Spence, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. We are just now getting our injuries together. We're just now getting the ball rolling. Like I told you before. Here's the funny thing. He said that he's. Where's my hat? Hold up. He said that he's he said that he's getting the ball rolling, fighting Manny Pacquiao. So I was just like, okay, that shows that he's afraid of Errol Spence, because fighting Manny Pacquiao isn't getting the ball rolling. Okay, so he took Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao is a true opponent, but he feels that he can beat Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence, he feels like he can't. So I saw that as a sign of being a coward. But here's the thing, though. He genuinely feels that Manny Pacquiao is an easy fight for him. And I think Keith Thurman, though I respect his knowledge of the sport, I was trying to say it like Keith Thurman. Though I respect his knowledge of the sport, I think Keith Thurman is really delusional, thinking that Manny Pacquiao is going to be an easy fight. That's not going to work in his favor, thinking like that. I understand confidence, okay? But to think that Manny Pacquiao is just to get the ball rolling, to get his hands back wet again, he's being delusional. Nah, he doesn't do well in them body shots. Thurman fights like his mentor, Winky, a little like Aaron the Hawk Pryor. That was pretty good. Keith is a talker. Keith think he's kind of like Deontay Wilder. They both think they're brilliant with the vocab. Okay, they get on a roll and they think that they definitely feel they got a life after boxing. They got a career after boxing. They definitely feel like they're going to be sitting in a chair right next to Andre Ward or something, calling the fights. Pac-Man or Jose Zito Lopez. Pac-Man. Look, okay, so wait a minute. Did you guys see what Devin Haney said about? And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to close out. Let's close out with this. I hope you guys, number one, I hope you guys appreciate the keys to victory, that I didn't let you down and you can actually agree with it. But Devin Haney, let me look this up, and I gotta pick up ShowBizz the Child too. Hold on, let me look this up. So Devin Haney said Teofimo Lopez has went another direction instead of a chance of fighting me. Bob pulled him out of the WBC tournament. He's saying that he's going to be the mandatory challenger of the winner to the winner of Lomachenko versus Campbell after their title fight. So Lomachenko, he's going to beat Campbell. But here's my thing. Devin Haney at 20, he got a chance to fight Lomachenko. That's not good for. Look, okay, do your thing, Devin Haney. You feel that you're ready for Lomachenko? Do your thing. I'm really shocked that Teofimo Lopez has been pulled out. And Devin Haney got a shot now to fight Lomachenko. Do your thing, Devin. He is really a complete fighter, almost. He's just too green. Lomachenko, I really don't think he's ready for Lomachenko. I wish Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney had to fight instead of Devin Haney against Lomachenko. I think that's a bad matchup right now. Devin Haney is just too green. He is just too green. But that's awesome that he wants to have the fight. I was shocked. I thought Teofimo Lopez was too green. I thought they both were too green. Yeah, man. Yeah, you see that? You see that? Yeah, man. That wow. Yeah, that's serious. Evan, what's up? I thought Lopez wanted Lomo. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez did want Lomo. Bob Arum pulled him out. Is that who Bob is? I think he means Bob Arum. Bob Arum pulled out Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez didn't pull himself out. Okay? So Devin Haney will now be the mandatory. Has speed in his hands, awkward, but has a 4-punch combos, and Thurman will counter. Right, and that's why I said he can't throw his punches from too far out. He's going to have to close the gap by pressuring with his feet and being patient. I think Haney can get Loma. Loma is so overrated. James Walker, that right there is how I'm going to end this. I don't agree, okay? Lomachenko is one of the best fighters I've ever seen in my life, okay? That's a very rare talent. But I hope you guys, looks crazy good, pro. Oh, thank you so much. No fear and youth can win. I feel you, BK. So thank you for coming out. I definitely got to pick up my ShowBizz the child, okay? And I hope you guys agreed with me, or I saw a few things that I thought was very good when you were talking about jabbing and stuff like that. When it came to Manny Pacquiao and his keys to victory, it seems as though we're kind of seeing eye to eye with this. So, hey, if you have more to say, please comment. I'll definitely read them. And ShowBizz the dope. I hope you like the live platform as well. We're going to be doing more live conversations when it comes to boxing, comes to Hard Knock Nights Live, comes to Boxing Avenue, the clothing line that's coming out, and boxing cards and everything, and playing Fight Night. So I hope you guys like the new platform. I'm out.